The shores of glistening Huntington Beach, California, a water lover's paradise. But in this case,
he wanted me stabbed multiple times, and he wanted me to hurt.
The picture postcard setting is a mask for a dangerous criminal undertow.
If you guys want to just hurt this, put her in a wheelchair, I'm cool with that.
A surfing dynasty, accused of hatching a wicked murder-for-hire plot. And a hooligan turned hero.
I would credit him with saving her life.
So why does the woman who narrowly cheated death fear she is still a moving target?
I won't let him take my baby from me.
Huntington Beach is a mecca for boating and boarding, where the Taylor family reigns supreme.
Their reputation is pretty strong in the city, and a lot of people know who they are.
The patriarch John Taylor, a surfing Walk of Fame inductee and member of the revered sporting club known as the Hole in the Wall Gang. John was also the town's go-to surfboard maker and repairman. Sons Joe and Matt were born with sand between their toes, eagerly following in Dad's wake. Standout surfers themselves.
When I first met them and was around them, they were all very nice and very welcoming.
This woman, who chooses to be known as Jane Doe for reasons that will soon become quite clear, married Matt 12 years ago and gave birth to their baby girl.
I grew up very poor and had a bad family background and have worked since I was 14, and they portrayed themselves as an amazing family.
After a life of nothing but hardship, Jane embraced the love of a seemingly good family who lived a local celebrity lifestyle on board a 4-bedroom yacht in Huntington Beach. They knew every superstar in the surf world and commanded respect. But the Cinderella story would last only a short time and turn out nothing like the fairy tale. Jane complained that she lived under a ruthless patriarchy, where John Taylor wielded total power over the entire family.
It was like, we're adults, we have our own child, why are we having to go by everything your dad says and everything? I can't even go to the grocery store unless, like, your dad says it's okay.
And she says Matt turned from loving husband to raging monster.
He would take my keys to my car, he would slash tires. He cleared my bank account out because he knew my social and everything.
Prosecutors tell Crime Watch Daily Matt was arrested in 2005 for violence upon a domestic partner and child endangerment. He pled guilty to disturbing the peace. A restraining order was put in place, then protecting Jane and her child. Cops also say in 2007, Joe was convicted of making criminal threats to Jane. Jane says the family was nothing like their public persona.
They're just like monsters with masks on. They portray themselves as these good people, and they don't see that when the doors are closed, John's constantly screaming and yelling at the sons.
Jane's brother-in-law Joe had drug abuse issues and scrapes with the law. And then there was Travis Sprague, a close family friend who lived with the Taylors and had his own criminal record, including burglary and grand theft.
I was never nice to him. I didn't like him around my daughter.
Jane wanted out, but with no money of her own, she secretly got a job as a waitress.
And I just was saving my money so that I could move out. He found out that I was working, came into my work and actually tried ripping me out of there. And my manager actually saved me.
That was the last straw for Jane Doe.
When I left him, I left with 2 trash bags of stuff and my daughter. That was it. I left everything behind.
She filed for divorce, but Matt was having none of it.
He was like, that's not an option.
This was war. Jane says the Taylors used the power of their deep pockets and tight connections to wear her down.
We're in custody court, and it's like I was struggling to put a roof over my head, and they were just draining me.
But Jane wouldn't give up. When they hit, she hit back with everything she had, becoming a problem for the Taylors.
There was a concern that she would drag it out in court so long, then just accruing more and more legal fees, ultimately causing the family to lose money.
Did it ever cross your mind that no matter what these people had done in the past, they could actually plan to have you murdered?
Yeah, I was terrified. That's why I didn't every threat they made, I just stayed quiet and I just did what they said.
Coming up.
Joe showed him a picture of Jane Doe, put $5,000 cash in his lap, told Mr. Sprague that, get rid of her.
An allegedly murderous tag team known as the Taylor Clan finds a way to solve a little problem called Jane.
You want her done. Do whatever you have to do. I don't want to ever see that ever again.
Joe sat him down on the couch, showed him a picture of Jane Doe, put $5,000 cash in his lap, and told Mr. Sprague that, get rid of her.